Welcome to another episode of Opinions Mostly podcast. Joe is shaking his head because he's excited. I am your
Let's
host,
fucking go!
Nicholas the Shark Herbs, and obviously Joe Spallerich. We need a good name for Joe Spallerich, a good nickname. Whatever you guys feel is appropriate, please leave it in the comments. Let us know. He needs one.
No, I'm going to reject every single one, but continue.
Well, he probably will, but that doesn't mean a good one's not going to pop up. Anyways, Joe, today is Friday, October, whatever the hell it is, but it's Friday. Let's jump right into it with last night, as everyone knows, was a sham of football. How are you feeling about 3-3-3-3-3-3-3-3, whatever the hell it was? What do you got for us?
I must digress.
Already with the digress. Let's go. Let me pull up a seat.
Russell Wilson is not having a down year this year. Let me go into it for you, ladies and gentlemen. Russell Wilson is still performing at a relatively high level. Let's compare Russell Wilson's season right now to last season. He's dropped off statistically, yes. He's dropped off a little physically, yes, with less running game, and we'll follow up with that with Nathaniel Hackins and his play calling and his godforsaken decision-making. We'll follow up with that later. But can we say that Russell Wilson is really having a down year where he's fallen off the cliff, where Seattle saw the writing on the wall when we put him in the ranks and comparing him to people that fell off of the cliff, like Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, but when Peyton... Okay, first, don't get me started on that. Peyton moved, and he still did great. Russell Wilson automatically just stopped. It's like,
So you're saying you're saying he automatically stopped. He doesn't have a steady decline that we've seen from these older quarterbacks that have worn out their welcome when Father Time has come around. Then that's my point, is more of a strategic statistical plan with Russell Wilson and the Broncos coaching than Russell Wilson going off of this hill. The reason why Russell Wilson and Seattle Seahawks broke up was not because of Russell Wilson. It's because Seattle tried to trade him 3 times. 2018, they were willing to trade any team that had the number 1 pick for Russell Wilson to try and get Pat Mahomes.
But isn't that because they saw what was going to happen? I mean, let's be honest. I don't believe in Russell Wilson. I used to believe in him, okay? But that's exactly why they did that. He was heading for a cliff, and he fucking found that cliff.
But the same way Matt Kellerman did with Tom Brady? I don't buy that one bit. I think you can also say there's been numerous... I mean, they should have won week 1. You can blame that completely solely on Nathaniel Hackins and his lack of coaching experience.
So you think Hackett is the problem?
I think he's part of it for sure. I think what I saw week 1 especially was Russell Wilson keeping the status quo, playing to the playbook. Fourth quarter, he said, fuck this. I'm rolling out on half bootlegs. Boom. 15 yards. Boom. 18. Boom. 25 completions. Getting ready for the last drive, baby. Also, something else I would like to point out real quick, if I might digress.
Sure. You're full of digress tonight. That's fine.
Peyton Manning's first year in Denver. Do you remember how he started his first 5 games? I know you don't. 2-3. What are the Broncos right now? 2-3.
Okay, so you're comparing Peyton Manning to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's missing wide open.
I'm comparing new team returns, adjusting in their
He's
new
still
situation.
missing wide receivers. So
yeah, thank you. You're contributing to my argument.
Okay. I see where you're coming from. Okay, I see where you're coming from. Like, yeah, they're just not on the same page. Like, he's got a wide open receiver, but he doesn't know that guy. Sure. He's wide open, but if anyone is opening their eyeballs.
He fucked up on that one for sure. Jerry Jeudy right there. Oh, no, you're talking about the very last game on 4th and goal. He fucked up on that for sure. Jerry Jeudy, he fucked up by throwing that behind him, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, I think that Russell Wilson's a great quarterback. I've always loved Russell Wilson. Now he's missing all these things and these opportunities, I guess. If he would hit every opportunity that he's been given, they'd be winning. They'd be 3-1. They'd be 3-1. Easy.
I'd argue they'd be 4, and I'd argue they'd be 5-0.
Okay, well then even better. So now you're back on my side. What are we arguing about right now?
Well, it's not necessarily me per se arguing with you. It's all of a sudden pro football people. They're like, oh yeah, Russell Wilson went off the cliff. Oh yeah, the Seattle Seahawks saw the writing on the wall. All this cliche stuff. Like, no, Seattle's been trying. If anybody, I dare anyone to answer me without reading this article about that ESPN, I forget the writer. He did a fantastic article about the cracks that have been going on for years in Seattle and Russell Wilson. You can just Google ESPN article, Russell Wilson, all behind the scenes stuff. Seattle was ready to turn Russell Wilson over 5 years ago. And
okay, so that comes down to coaching, right? Essentially, Pete Carroll versus Nathaniel Hackett. So if you land on that spectrum, who are you gonna blame? Who won? First of all, who won, and who are you gonna blame for how it's handled?
Who won what between the coaches?
Obviously, yeah. I mean, they got Gino Smith, and Gino Smith is throwing dimes right now.
Yeah, wait, they couldn't beat Atlanta last week.
He's still throwing dimes. I mean, he's still better than Baker Mayfield.
Pete Carroll won because he got what he wanted. That's what happened. Pete Carroll pushed Russell Wilson out the door. He got what he wanted. They're going to tank this year. Next draft quarterback class, fantastic. He's going to get his guy. He's going to be able to breed him, pet him, groom him into his liking. You believe Chew Gum that he's the guy? I'm not saying he's the guy, but in terms of the Seattle hierarchy and the organization, Pete Carroll runs the shit.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're goddamn right.
He never liked Russell Wilson. He was all about defense, the Legion of Boom, and he just wrote out Russell Wilson as long as he could, just for job security wise.
So technically, Pete Carroll could be the greatest of all time.
No, because Sean McVay's right there, and he's
terrible answer. But
real quick. So on that note, I'm not letting the Colts off the hook. They have a terrible offensive line. I understand Jonathan Taylor is out. Matt Ryan needs to be a little bit more mobile, a little bit more quicker. I know Denver's defense and their pass rush is very good, but he's got to be a little bit more faster with getting the ball out on those checkdowns, especially with the pass rush that's coming from Denver. So I'm not letting the Colts get off the hook. Yeah. I think if the Colts lost this game, their coach is fucking Cam. What's his fucking name? We were talking about it.
Yeah, Trash McJohnson. Yeah, I know. I think you're totally right about that. Is the Colts look so good last year, and see, I don't want to blame it all on the coaching. What I think it is that it's like a new adaptation to where they're at this season.
Frank Wright.
I see you waving at me. Go ahead.
I'm saying Frank Wright was the name of the head coach. But we talked about this on the earlier version of Opinions mostly. What was the biggest Colts problem? Quarterback for 5 years. They had a good offensive line, running game, solid defense, special teams, wide receivers. And they were trying to plug and play quarterbacks all the way from Jacoby Brissett to Phillip Rivers to Carson Wentz to where we're at now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think you blame it on coaching at that point.
I think this year you can with how bad the whole team is playing.
Yeah, but you got to give every coach 1 or 2 years to adapt.
Frank Wright's been there for 5 years.
Okay, but hold on. You just said that he had an overturn.
4 years at least. 4 years minimum.
You said he already had an overturn of quarterbacks. And Russell Wilson on the opposite page is his first year with Nathaniel Hackett, who's a brand new. These are two brand new guys.
Okay, hold on real quick. Time out. It's a little bit unfair to compare Nathaniel Hackett to Frank Wright. Frank Wright's been head coach for 4 years. This is Nathaniel Hackett's first time. This is Nathaniel Hackett's first time coaching a Week 5 game as a head coach. This is Frank Wright's roughly 4th or 5th year coaching a Week 5 game as a head coach.
Either way, I guess we're arguing about the same thing. They both look like trash, and they both have problems.
The only thing is Nathaniel Hackett has a longer leash. Frank Wright does not.
Hackett cannot hack it.
I call him Nathaniel Hack because he's hacking. He's hacking as a coach.
All right. Well, Joe, you know what? He's a Green Bay Packer, and he's done a lot of good things.
Yeah, I know. The bias. Insert the bias has entered the chat.
Well, that's why it's opinions.
Can we both agree on one opinion that Nathaniel Hackett was brought to Denver to try and lure Aaron Rodgers to Denver?
Yeah, but they got Russell Wilson.
They got Plan B. They got the Plan B.
Yeah, and people would say, "Oh yeah, Russell Wilson's going to be great," because that's exactly what they said. Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy. His ball will fly higher. He's a great. I mean, he is. He's just super distracted, and he has no correlation since he, like you said, coming from Pete Carroll with the defensive team. Right? He's just that guy. The Broncos don't have a good defense. They were supposed to.
They actually have a very good defense.
No. They were supposed to, but they don't. They do not. They were supposed to have a good defense.
Once again, opinions mostly.
Bro. Okay, actually, you know what?
You see that pass rush? That was without a blitz. That was just a standard 4-man rush.
It's a.
Plus, the Broncos they're like the Bears, where they're historically known for defense, except they're better at it than Chicago.
Okay, I agree with this. That's a true statement.
That's a fact, mostly.
Let's get out of this. This is a terrible conversation. Let's just go. We're both drinking and we're fucking done with this. Seahawks versus Saints. Okay, let's go into Pete Carroll once again. Seahawks versus the Saints. What's happening in this game, Joe?
Nick, what's the line on that game, real quick?
It's probably honestly, I would say Seahawks.
You're gonna bring it up. I don't have the line ready.
2.5? No, of course not. We're not talking about betting right now. We're just talking about in general. You got Jameis Winston. What's Jameis Winston gonna do? I don't know, nothing. But you got the Seahawks, and you got their defense, like you said, which mediocre. Yeah, sure, they've been great, but people always want to hold on to things that have been lost for years. Years and years and years and years. Gino Smith, I think, could be the guy. I think Gino Smith, like everyone's always posting all these memes right now about Gino Smith having a much better QBR and a better, more touchdowns, less interceptions, excuse me, and Russell Wilson just being the polar opposite. Right?
I think one thing I will say is I'm happy for Geno Smith and the year he's had so far. I mean, this guy was drafted in the lottery by the Jets, obviously got fucking ruined because he got drafted to a terrible organization. And then he was able to study behind I don't know, Nick, in your opinion, a subpar quarterback in Russell Wilson. No, just kidding.
No, you're not wrong. That's what I think of him now.
Right.
I'm done. I thought he was great, but he's just not. He's not producing. But you don't miss wide receivers. Doesn't matter.
But you gotta give props to Gino to coming out and showing. I remember last year Russell Wilson went down against the Rams, and Gino Smith was responsible for leading the final drive and a half, and he was doing fucking fine until Jalen Ramsey picked him off, baby.
Okay.
But anyway, that's another story for another day. Don't worry about that. Personally, right now, Fox has them as a favorite by 5.5. The Saints home field advantage. I think the Saints are going to be the favorite. I think they're going to win this game, maybe 23-13. I think Jameis Winston's going to have a bounce back game. I think Michael Thomas is out, so he's going to have to spread the ball, which is great for Jameis Winston because that means he's not going to get tunnel vision where Michael Thomas is on the field. You know, I know why? Because Michael Thomas is out, so he's going to have to share the love. You know.
Yeah, okay, and that's fair, but that's what Russell Wilson is supposed to do, and he's not doing because he has tunnel vision. Like just like that. I mean, it's like looking over here, and this guy wide open over here. He's gonna be, hey, guess what? Catch this. What are you talking about? It's the same.
Well, the tunnel vision is a little more prevalent with Jameis Winston, Mr. 30 for 30. You know, I think the Saints will win this game for sure. They're playing at home. They're playing in a dome. That arena's gonna be loud as fuck, man. I mean, I think they're gonna be rocking. Like I said, Seattle's supposed to be tanking this year. They're getting off to a hot start, like some of these, underdog teams sometimes do. Whether it's basketball, baseball, football, some of these underdog teams like come out with a bang for some reason, like the early part of the season, but then they eventually trifle.
Okay,
I'm taking the Saints for sure. Even with Michael Thomas out, I'm taking the Saints for just.
So you're taking the Saints. Okay, let's put it to you this way, Joe.
Who are you taking?
You got both these teams right here. Well, I'll let you know in a second.
Just straight up, who are you taking?
The Saints, obviously. Yeah, I'm on your side about this. The Broncos are trash, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to project my opinion on you yet. So you got these two teams. They're both subpar, right? We both agree they're subpar, right?
I would say the Saints are middle of the pack in terms of the NFC. I'd say the Seattle Seahawks are bottom of the pack area.
Okay,
Not like the worst team, but bottom tier.
Well, to me, that says subpar. They're not par.
Okay, fair.
They're
Yeah.
literally both subpar, right?
I'd say Saints are just under par, so fair. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
if we're breaking it down,
golf term. 4. Okay, get out of here.
Are you gonna turn into Pat McAfee? We're just gonna do random golf swings or interviews.
Oh, I mean,
you got your 3-wood ready?
Well, she's over there. She's sitting down on the bed. My point is, both these teams, I don't think are going to make the playoffs. What do you think? No, it's not happening, right?
No. No.
If one were to make the playoffs, I would say it's actually going to be the Saints.
Saints, yeah. Wild cards sneak in like 9 or 10 and 8.
It don't matter. They're barely going to make it. Is the point?
Absolutely, yeah.
And if Russell Wilson ever picks up his shit, he might actually be something next year, right? But let me put it to you this way, because everyone's been talking about this. This has been a big thing. Would you pick Russell Wilson, right, or Jameis Winston to rule your team? Say you're a Packer fan. Oh, that's not a Packer shirt, Jenna. Say it's a Packer,
Rams, baby.
You throw him on the Packers team. A hypothetical. Here we go with our hypotheticals. Let's go. What quarterback are you picking to lead the team?
I'll be honest with you. You might not like my pick. I'm going Russell Wilson, and here's the reason why. Better leadership mentality than Jameis Winston. I'm going to go off of leadership entirely.
So leadership entirely. I like that. So his record's worse. He's tanking.
Mm-hmm.
His stock is falling. If you could, it's like the stock market.
Overreaction short term. 5 weeks in, yada yada yada. New system, new. Here's the thing: if anything has shown us, if history has shown us that Russell will be bouncing back, that's one thing I do want to make.
You're right about that, and people like to hop on the train of like, this guy sucks.
Oh yeah, it's the hot train. It's the hot take train. Like, oh my god, okay, week 1, Jimmy Garoppolo throws for 400 yards. Oh, he's gonna be Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. Well, it's like Donald Trump. Everyone's like, fuck Donald Trump, and then like, oh my god, he's so much better than Biden. After it's too late. All right, let's skip that. Anyways, all right, let's move on. We're spending way too much time on this. I'm getting from this our producers are saying we got to move on. So let's go to the Ravens, another pigeon team. The Ravens coming out here.
Pigeon.
Yeah, they all fly. I don't know.
Always sunny, fly.
Ravens. So a fun fact is Ravens have trailed for only 9 minutes this entire season, and they're still 2-2. How are we feeling about Lamar and his Baltimore Ravens defense, his team, his offense, all of it?
Nick, let me ask you. How do you feel about Lamar and the Ravens?
You already know my opinion. I grew up with obviously Brett Favre. I'm used to running and gunning, like not running, just gunning. Throwing everything you got. I do not like the running quarterbacks. I think Lamar is overrated. It doesn't matter that they've been up most of their whole entire 2022 career. They're still trailing, right? Only 9 minutes. It doesn't matter. They're still 2-2. Lamar to me is not a good quarterback because he doesn't throw the ball enough. I think wide receivers get paid money to catch balls, and when Lamar is just taking the whole team on his back, he's doing it by choice. He's not trying to spread the ball around. He's not trying to pass. He's just running for his own guts and glory because of his need to have a contract. Go ahead, Joe. What do you got? Oh, and by the way, their defense is not that good. Sorry, their defense is trash.
Nicholas Herbst, the Shark.
Yes, sir.
I must digress.
Okay, you got to come up with a better saying than that because you just still Stephen A. and that's bullshit.
I must digress. I think Lamar is a great quarterback for what he's doing right now. I think the way he's playing to his strengths of right now. I think everyone talks about the running quarterback syndrome and like, oh, he's going to run himself into injury, yada, yada, yada. That's fair. That comes with the territory when you could become a mobile quarterback. I get that. I accept that. What I don't accept is that he's not a great quarterback, as certain people on this podcast.
He doesn't have an arm, though.
Damn, did you see him sling a 74-yard bomb in Miami?
No. Those are one-offs, is what I call it. Every once in a while, you get lucky.
I gotta continue real quick though.
All right.
I don't think the Ravens wide receiver core is actually very good, and it's not the fault of Lamar. It's the fault of the offensive coordinator, who is Lamar centric on RPOs and running and stuff. To your point, is what he's doing, and why you don't consider him as a good quarterback because of the physicality that he's playing with, and I get that. My response to that real quick, though, is in the early years, he's kind of playing more to his strengths instead of the longevity game, which that's a hot take either way. Like, should he be playing to his strengths, or should he be playing longevity so he can be like 38, like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? Sorry, got too animated with my hands there. I had to flick the laptop.
Right.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, real quick to that, I mean, I've seen basketball players or even football players, like, being offensive, they've adjusted in their 30s to being a more centric player, or maybe a more pocket.
So you're saying he has to get old before he's good?
No, I'm just saying he's using his athleticism to his advantage while he still has it, because once he turns 31, 32, he's going to look like Russell Wilson, where he's going to be more of a pocket quarterback. That's the 9 point. Also, the defense is trash. I agree with you on that. Marcus Peters getting in John Harbaugh's face. Bitch, that's your fucking fault. That guy went over the top 2 times against Miami and fucking Bills.
I need to ask you this. Your opinion, mostly, is going to be how many yards you have to throw to be a good quarterback every game? Just give me a number.
Average, like, per game?
Yeah. Like, just give me a number.
I'd say between 250 and 350, because I think it's all scenario dependent, especially on the run game. If you're coming from behind, stuff like that.
Sure. So you said 250.
Maybe like defensive pick sixes as well, you know?
Yeah. So 250 to 300 is what you said, right?
No, I'd say actually 225.
Okay, still
225.
So you want to say 225?
We're gonna take it a step lower, the 225.
Yeah, bring it down. Let me just say something to you real quick. Week 1, Baltimore, Jackson against the New York Jets. He threw 213 yards. They won, but 213 yards, right?
How many touchdowns did he throw for?
I don't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
Second. It's all about the yards, right? I don't care because you can run. I mean, you can get him down there. Hold on, you can get him down there. I'm talking about as a quarterback. We're talking about quarterback stats, okay? Second week, Lamar Jackson win against Miami, 318. All right, so he beats your mark there. That's good. First week he lost. Third week, 218 yards. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is still below your 225.
Which team was that?
He played New England.
Okay.
New England, who has no defense. They have nothing. New England's
about
dead
that
in the water.
Defense, yeah.
They're dead in the water. And then week 4, Lamar Jackson played Buffalo, 144. So you said 225 to 300. Well,
I would say yeah.
Out of those 4 weeks, the first 4 weeks, he hit that mark one time. Okay.
I would also blame the defense. Once again, we're talking about a collective picture here.
New England's defense is trash. First of all,
yeah, but if you look at the two games individually with Miami and Buffalo, they had 20-point leads going into halftime, and then they came back. I mean, that's not really on the offense to keep.
So we're talking game management.
You know what I mean?
About. Okay, well, game management, sure.
I think the defense needs to hold up their side of the ball. And they didn't. Marcus Peters is fucked up. There's a reason why the Rams traded him away like 3 years ago.
You know, I'm not saying I'm right. I know everybody loves Lamar Jackson. I'm just saying I got to give a little hate towards it. Otherwise, it'd just be a runaway.
A little biased perspective.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't have him on a fantasy team.
I think Lamar Jackson's been doing his part. I think the other parts. And here's the thing: coaching. You want to talk about the 4th and 1 instead of going for the field goal? I mean, that's all on coaching. That's not on Lamar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Let's move on. We can both agree that Lamar is a great quarterback. We'll see what happens. I just wish he would throw the ball more and stop running so much. But that's also what makes him better, I guess.
What makes him unique and different as an offensive tool.
Speaking of underrated quarterbacks, in my opinion, is Jared Goff, the Detroit Lions. Okay, hold on. As a Packer fan, what the hell? I feel bad for Detroit. I have always felt bad for Detroit because we just literally there's no point. They're not even a team in my book. It's really ridiculous. It's like a hockey team. How many points do you score? 1, 2. Got a safety. They're just terrible. We don't even know they exist. Detroit has scored the most points in the NFL, but they've also given up the most defensive points. Okay. How do we feel about Detroit? That sounds really good on paper. That looks really good on paper.
Wild betting take. You would be crazy to bet against or for the Detroit Lions on the betting line. That's what I gotta say.
Is that what you think? Yeah. So do we always bet the over on the Detroit Lions right now? Jared Goff, remember he's your old buddy right there. You love Jared Goff. I know he was your guy for the Rams and all that stuff. This guy, he's actually higher ranked than my starting quarterbacks in my fantasy league. Yeah. I mean, he's throwing dimes right now. he's making money.
Here's one thing I will say about Jared Goff. Jared Goff is not the problem to the Detroit Lions. That is for sure. Jared Goff is making the plays he needs to. He's making the reads. He's making the throws that he needs to make. Does he have his flaws? Sure. Is Matthew Stafford better? Sure.
Hold on.
Gotta get the plug in.
Hard stop right there.
But if you look at the Detroit Lions, obviously offense is not the problem; it's their defense. They're giving up the most amount of points.
Agreed.
It's unfortunate. I mean, that's just reality situation. They got offensive weapons. Jared Goff, solid quarterback. I would say maybe top 15, top 16 in the league for sure. They're
Jamal Williams. Yeah, Jamal Williams is running the ball.
Jamal Williams.
Jamal Williams is hurt, but he's always
one receiver people overlook is Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds is like a third number 3 wide receiver. He played with Goff in LA for 3 years before they both left. So I mean they have that chemistry together. That's why I picked up him in fantasy last week. Last week he had like 14, 15 points, and he's only averaging 3 to 4 per week because of all the injuries. But it's more about the chemistry that Goff and Reynolds have. I mean, offensively, the Lions are doing fine. It's just defense is just bleh.
Yeah. And I meant Swift. Swift is hurt. He's been hurt the last 2 weeks. Swift is their guy for running back. He's great. He's fantastic.
Real quick, I want to let the podcast know I played Nick last week in fantasy, and the tight end Hawkinson scored 40 points, which is unheard.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what the fuck happened?
But do you want to tell them what happened the week before that, where I beat you because we played back to back in our division?
Yeah. Don't worry, because the next week we're playing again, and I'm projected to be the winner. So we'll see about that.
Projections are just projections. We also projected Russell Wilson was going to be good, and he's trash. So we can just keep taking it back to that. So Detroit, their defenses are obviously their weakness.
Let's put it this way: they're looking a lot better overall than the last 70 years.
they really are, and you know what? You're not wrong. I as a Packer fan, I don't want them to do good, but I also respect them and kind of feel like they deserve more because they're actually trying to do something. It's like that one kid in class where you're like, that guy's a nerd, but like you want to cheat off his homework. You're like, yeah. What are you doing over there? All right, let's keep moving. The Browns this weekend. How are you feeling about the Browns, dude?
The Browns against the Chargers this week. Chargers with the 2.5-point favorite on the road, Nick.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the points.
I'm taking the points, but I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, exactly. Take the points and the Browns. That's a double win.
I think Justin Herbert's still too shaky. I mean, there's all this hype train about Herbert. I think he's still a little bit too shaky. And it's not to any fault of his own. It's just youth and experience, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely correct. I totally agree with you. I think Herbert, he's got 9 touchdowns or something crazy like that already. But, excuse me. Oh, my gosh. Excuse me again. They have no run game. So the run game is going to be the difference maker.
Well, hold on here. They had Eckler, who scored 3 touchdowns last week. I scored 20 solid points on him on fantasy last week.
I think that's incorrect. We'll have to check our stats, but I'm pretty sure that's incorrect. Hold on, let me look it up now. Now you just made
Don't
me.
don't worry, Nick. I'm looking it up right now because it was my
No.
team.
Yeah, he's not doing anything right now. Anyways, if I had to pick Nick Chubb or Austin Eckler, I'm going Nick Chubb all the time. And
So, yeah, I got both of them on my fantasy. Last week, Austin Eckler, 34.9 points. He had a hell of a time playing last week. Austin,
but okay, sure.
Nick
But
Chubb's doing good too. I mean, a two-headed beast with Kamara and Nick Chubb. I'm taking the Browns for sure. I think they have a better defense.
so now you're taking the Browns. You just flip-flopped.
No, I said the Browns. I said the Chargers had the favorite, but I'm taking the Browns with the
It
points.
don't matter. Nick Chubb is going to have a big game, and Brissett is also going to be that guy.
He's getting better. He's getting better.
That's what I was trying to get to, is that I love how he's playing the game. His game is like, he's the underdog. He is literally the underdog.
He's smooth, baby. It's just like,
you can't interrupt that movement.
No, they will week 11.
Okay, well, we don't care about that. We ain't looking that far in the future. That's definitely an upset alert. If you can pick that, I would go with Browns all day.
Second that.
Yeah, they're gonna upset the damn fucking Chargers. Anyways, let's keep moving because we're getting a little behind here. Cowboys versus Rams. Plus and minus 5.5 with the Rams. Obviously McVay, your boy, 18-7 after a loss. Rush versus Dak. How are we feeling about all this?
I've been going back and forth about this all week, Nick. I'm taking the Rams at the over as a favorite for sure. The Rams.
Wait, hold on. This just in. We have a special guest that just decided to show up about this exact situation. He takes. What did he say? He takes the Rams. He's going in hard.
Joe said Rams.
All of a sudden, my wife Celine just decided, oh, what the hell? She's showing up.
Hi.
Oh God.
Hello, love. How do you feel about this Cowboys game here?
Okay, I'll tell you how I feel. I think that the Cowboys are going to beat the Rams.
Okay, all right.
It's going to happen based on, first off, my gut feeling, because I feel like the Rams have been kind of like grasping at straws, trying to get back what they had.
They're definitely doing that.
Mm-hmm. And the Cowboys kind of have what I called angel in the outfield energy, where they're like, because Dak is out, somehow they're still holding it together. So that was my gut feeling. And then I looked up stats on the quarterbacks. So Cooper Rush has 737 yards this season with 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait. That's beautiful, baby.
Thank you.
Let's just talk about that real quick. So Cooper Rush hasn't thrown a single interception, and they've won
0
every single game that he started. Since week 2.
Who have they played?
Wait.
It don't matter.
Wait. Hold on. Let me keep going. His passer rating is 95.92, so that's pretty good. So compared to Matthew Stafford has more yards. He has 1,015 yards, 4 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a passer rating of 81.39.
Oh,
and he's played more time than Cooper Rush.
Yeah,
and Cooper Rush has the same amount of touchdowns and a higher passer rating. And so anyway.
So you're going with the Cowboys getting this upset win.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, shit.
So we're not going to talk about Cooper Rush's 66.3% passer rating compared to Matthew Stafford's.
No, don't get that twisted. She just said 93 or whatever.
I said passing percentage, not passer rating.
Oh, you said rating, I'm pretty sure.
No, passer percentage, yeah.
Let's run it back. Anyways, all right, go ahead.
Okay, all right, hold on. Here's what I got. Matthew Stafford has, we said 6 interceptions thrown, right? Sacks, he's been sacked 16 times. 16 times in 4 games, okay? Cooper Rush has been sacked 4 times. That's, I mean...
So we're talking about offensive lines here.
Yeah.
The offensive line is a lot weaker on the Rams side. All right.
All right. Here's what one more. The last little comparison.
She did her homework.
The defense for the Cowboys, they have 4 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
They also have, let me do this math really quick. I think it was like 14 or 15 sacks. 15.
God damn, that's a lot of sacks.
Compared to the Rams,
Who have they played?
7 sacks. 7 sacks. That's twice as many.
It
Twice
don't
as
matter.
many. That's ridiculous. And they have the same amount of interceptions. So that's what I got. Food for thought.
I love
Who
it.
they play?
Good job, baby. Well, okay, hold on. Keep going, baby. Real quick, Joe. Yeah, who have they played? Yeah, sure. We can keep going on the who have they played. But the Packers lost to the Vikings. What the like? Come on, let's be honest. We could have won that game.
Divisional rival, bro. That's always you and I both know that.
Oh my god, and that's exactly even more reason why it doesn't fucking matter because it's literally just one of those games.
Wait, also the Rams played the Falcons and the Cardinals, who I really don't believe in. Like the 49ers.
Cardinals have Kyler
Bills,
Murray,
that's hard,
actual quarterback in the league right now. And
So what?
No,
Oh my god, bro.
Y'all were just
They also
saying,
played. They
you
also
don't
played the
believe in
Buffalo
him.
Bills week 1. Do we need to say anything further?
Wait.
about the Buffalo Bills.
They played the Buffalo Bills, but the Cowboys played the Buccaneers, which
Worse team than the
should be
Bills.
really
Thank
good.
you. You're reiterating.
They should be
No,
good.
I
And
don't
they
wanna
played
be
the Bengals. The
gentle.
Bengals can be hot sometimes too. So, all right, that's what I got.
That's
Y'all
still
feed
my
off
wife,
that.
you son of a bitch.
Good stuff.
Wait, well, hold it in there, baby. So you're picking the Cowboys, right?
I'm picking the Cowboys.
You're picking the Cowboys?
I almost want to pick up Cooper Rush as
So-
my quarterback.
So you're all in on
over
Cooper Rush.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. That's a hot take.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick Cooper Rush over Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Honestly, I would too. I'm not gonna lie. Cooper Rush won't be here that long, but I don't think Russell Wilson will either.
Well, maybe until hopefully Tua comes back, and then Tua's my guy. But
Okay, I love it. Baby, thank you for your insights. Do you have any hot takes for the rest of the weekend? Anything that you're like, oh yeah, we gotta watch out for this?
no, just go Pack, go. That's
Okay, I love it. Everybody, Selena Herbst, give her a round of applause.
Thank
Make sure you comment and tell her how much you love her. Thanks, baby. That was good. That was great.
Thank you.
So, fuck the Cowboys. Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
I mean, okay, so she's got a point on. You got a point. You both got points.
There's points everywhere, man.
Yeah, it really is. Here's what I want to happen. I know that Dallas, sucks so bad, and I don't ever want to be a Dallas fan, and I never will. Okay, America's team. I've been in that airport, and they treated me like ass. I didn't get a drink one time, and I was trying to travel, and they just ignored me. And I was like, "Hey," I had my ID. I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to travel. I need a drink. I'm nervous. I'm nauseous, and all this other stuff. Help me." And they're just like, so my point being, fuck Dallas. Yeah, they're the worst team in the NFL. I don't believe in them. But when it comes to Cooper Rush, I love Cooper Rush, man. Him versus Dak Prescott? How are we feeling, Joe? I mean,
there's no quarterback controversy at all. This is Jerry Jones. Anytime he has a microphone stuck in his mouth, he is the genius marketing expert and the head of the marketing department when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, okay? He is just trying to stir up the controversy. He's trying to figure out a way for ESPN and Fox Sports to talk one extra day about the Cowboys Tuesday, Wednesday, when they don't have a Thursday night game. Here's the thing. Dak Prescott, as soon as he is 100% healthy, he is coming back fully. He is not going to play this week against the Rams because the Dallas Cowboys are always very fragile with their players when it comes to injury. When an injury is estimated to be 4 weeks, the Cowboys always hold them out one extra week just to be safe. And you're talking about their franchise quarterback that's getting paid God knows how much fucking money he doesn't deserve. He's going to get held out one extra week. Cooper Rush, you're riding a hot streak for sure. I still got the Rams over this. Sean McVay is 18-7 after a loss. Home game. The Packers. The Rams are pissed. The Rams are pissed. They're ready to fucking fire up. I don't give a fuck if Michael Gallup's on the other side. Matthew Stafford is going to find a way to swing the ball to Cooper Rush with a 71.3% passer percentage. Talk about the interceptions you want. A couple of those interceptions came late in the game when they were forced to pass the ball when everyone in the stadium and their mama knew that they had to pass the ball. Aaron Donald is going to get the Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is not going to know how to run away from Aaron Donald, in my opinion.
Okay,
You're hard to tell me otherwise.
You're probably right. But I gotta ask you this. I got 2 questions for you. Okay, question number 1: Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott?
Long term, Dak Prescott. You're paying him the money to be the quarterback. He's gonna be the quarterback.
Okay. It's not about the money. Take that out of the question. Answer the question.
Dak Prescott gives him the best chance because he's been in playoff games and he's played longer than Cooper Rush.
Wow. I cannot disagree with you more. I'm sick of Dak. I'm sick of this whole thing. This is ridiculous.
Here's the problem. Cooper Rush, he's enjoying this high streak because no one has a scouting report on him. As soon as there's a scouting report, he is fucked.
No, that's not true at all.
That is absolutely true. What the hell are you talking about? My opinion matters more than yours.
Yeah, it probably does, but it doesn't matter. It's wrong. It matters more, but it doesn't mean it's right. Oh my God. Okay. Well, oh my Jesus.
Well, go into it. Digress.
I do digress. Obviously, I think Cooper Rush has proven himself. It doesn't matter what team you play. They're all professional NFL teams. You put them up against a fucking high school team. If they fucking win, the high school team's automatically better than the other team, the professional NFL team that they beat. What are you talking about? Okay. Cooper Rush, what needs to happen is they're going to bring Dak back, right? We all know that. It's going to happen. He's going to join the team again. Yeah. 2 times. Yeah, whatever. It's going to be the...
I was giving you the sign 2 weeks.
Like, yeah, I know. Whatever. Same fucking thing. Twice. That means the same thing to me.
The 2-time? Like the 2-time?
Here's what needs to happen. Cooper Rush needs to go lead the team because he still has shown that leadership ability. If you watch him play, like he makes the right decisions. He makes the right decisions at the right time.
I don't disagree one bit with you.
Yeah. Okay. So if Jerry Jones was smart, but he's not because all he cares about is money. If he was smart, he'd just be like, you know what? Let's just play this guy out till he loses. Now that Celine got on the podcast and she's like, here's my opinion. The Cowboys better fucking win. And when the Cowboys win against the Rams, are you telling me that Jerry Jones is going to be like, okay, well, I guess they just beat the Super Bowl winning team last year, but I'm gonna pull him and put Dak back in.
We will cross that multiverse bridge when we get to it. When the Cowboys beat the Rams, yeah.
And when it happens, y'all gonna never mind. Let's not go into that. I forgot we're live.
I have a couple. I hang out with a couple, 3 to 4 good friends of mine are Cowboy fans. They're from Texas, and they said Cooper Rush is a short term. It's Dak Prescott long term. And they're realist fans. They're not like the overhyped people like Skip Bayless is and these other godforsaken Cowboy fans.
Yeah. Okay, but they've been saying that since he got hired. Cowboys fans have been saying that since like 2016. I wasn't even I was barely walking. No. All right, let's get on. Let's move on with this stupid thing. Next up, we got the NFC North, my favorite. Here we go. Kirk is 3-1. The first
Kirk
time in his whole entire career.
3-1. First time in his entire career.
What a mystery. I mean, so people call me crazy for drafting Kirk and taking him, and he's been making my fantasy team. Excuse me. He's the guy, right?
He's not the guy. Kevin McCall.
Yeah, you're right. You're goddamn right. It was a joke. He's not the guy. He's definitely not the guy. But NFC North, we're looking actually kind of dangerous. Everyone in there is dangerous, even the Lions, and the Lions are shit.
Well, I have to digress. I don't think the Bears are dangerous at all.
Okay, well, they're still 2-2.
Aaron Rodgers still owns them, so.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying the NFC North, because he owns the NFC North. Hello. Anyways, Joe, what are your thoughts on that? Because, okay, wait, hold on. Let's cut out Justin Fields. Everyone knows he's trash. There's no point in talking about him. It's really just, it's done. It's done. No one cares.
Detroit Lions will finish 7-10 this year, which is obviously under 500, but a step in the right direction for an organization like them. I think the Vikings have the chance to win the division, but I think they'll flare out in the playoffs.
Oh, okay. I hate that you said that, but I can see it, I guess.
I think they're going to flare out even harder than Rodgers would normally do in the playoffs and the home game situations. You're talking about Kirk Cousins in prime time. I know they don't play playoff games during the nighttime, but those lights might become a little bit too bright for Kirk Cousins, you know?
Sure. That's all you got on that? So that's your whole entire statement? All right,
I think so. I mean, it's a horse's race, and there's only 2 horses in the race. It's the Vikings and the Packers. Packers is all about it's all dependent upon how much better these rookie wide receivers are going to get. Number 87 keeps dropping that fucking ball. What's his name again, Nick?
You talking about Dobbs?
Yes. He's
Yeah,
got
but
to get the fuck out here soon, man.
he'll come on. I mean, well, okay, so as a Packer fan, obviously I know the most about this team. Valdez-Scantling, MVS, he was dropping balls all the time, and people were like, no, he's great. He always catches balls, blah, blah, blah. But he would catch the big balls, right? Or he would drop the big balls. And I was like, okay, so y'all need to shut up. And now he's on Kansas City. What is he doing in Kansas City? Nothing. Yeah, nothing. It's pretty much
Rodgers is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I mean, and regardless, it does. If you don't catch a ball, you don't catch a ball.
You get paid to catch the ball.
Yeah, exactly. So people were all like on MVS. Oh yeah, he's the guy. He went to Kansas City. He's still not doing anything. I want those people to pay me money. Pay me money because I was right. I was right
now.
So I got to get that out because they're like, "Oh yeah, he's the guy," and I was literally on Facebook just arguing with people. No, you're dumb. You're stupid. And like, no, you don't even know what you're talking about. I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Pay me right now. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna keep going back to that. Anyways, yeah, we have a tough competition with the Vikings. What I think can happen, what I think is gonna happen is Dalvin Cook's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get seriously injured. I'm not wishing that upon him. I don't ever wish that upon anybody. But he is injury prone right now, and he's had that shoulder injury that's like messing him up. So if that happens, they're done. Kirk Cousins in primetime, not a good guy, as we all know.
Nick, there's a reason why I drafted Alexander Madison in like the 5th or 6th round of fantasy. I've already had numerous trade requests for him as well because I knew at some point Dalvin Cook's going to go down for IR.
Yeah. I think I gave you a trade request, actually.
I think you did. I was trying to ask Adam Thielen or something.
Yeah.
How desperate are you for a running back, right?
Well, at the time I was, but now I'm like, I had picked up Nyheim Hines. Oh wait, he got hurt. No.
Oh wait. Oh man.
I got screwed on that. Anyways, I'm saying the Packers are gonna win. We're gonna win our division. Not because I'm because I'm a fan. That has nothing to do with it. We're just a better, well-rounded team right now, and
more veteran experience, more experience in deep playoff runs.
Yeah, exactly. And our defense is gonna step up. You guys got Za'Darius from us, and that's okay because he's not producing. He's not producing. I could buy his jersey on the Packers website for $23 right now if I wanted to. You ever bought a $23 jersey? No, me neither, because it's fucking worthless. All right, anyways. So next up we got Miami and Teddy Two Gloves. He's taking over for our boy Tua Tagovailoa, who obviously is going through all these concussion protocols, and he's really beat up. I'm a stern believer in Miami. I love Miami right now. Breece Hall, though. Breece Hall is going to shake up the game. I love the Dolphins, but Breece Hall is going to destroy them now with Teddy Two Gloves. How do you feel about this?
I think the Jets have made significant improvements as a team overall in terms of what you're talking about with Breece Hall, and I'm still taking Miami. I mean, Teddy Two Gloves is more than a capable backup quarterback, especially with the weapons of Parker and
speaking as a Denver native.
And Hill and Parker. I mean, Tyreek is going to hook up with them for at least 2 touchdowns, I think, in this game.
Really? That's a big one. Okay.
2 to Tyreek or 2 to Parker or 1-1, but 2 in general with those 2 being involved.
You mean Jalen Waddle?
Waddle, thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle. I think Waddle's the man for sure. I love Waddle. Fantasy leagues, I love Waddle. Waddle's the man. Tua is the guy. I don't believe in Teddy Two Gloves. I just don't.
I mean, Teddy Two Gloves was 1/4 and I think it was 5 down away from extending the game and potentially winning it for Miami last week when Teddy Two Gloves when Tua Two Gloves went down with his penultimate concussion.
You know what? I think of Teddy Two Gloves is he's literally the guy that is like, hey, so like when you're in high school, right? And he's like, hey, the guy that was supposed to buy his beer couldn't buy his beer. Can you come and buy his beer? He's like, yeah, sure. Are there girls there? yeah, there's girls.
Rod Taylor.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, anyways,
we'll see. We'll see.
I don't believe in Miami without Tua, and anyone that thinks otherwise, you're wrong.
I think short term they'll be fine with Teddy Two Glove. Short term, I think they'll be fine.
My prediction is Breece Hall is gonna have a big game. So if anyone wants to bet on that, that's the way it is. Joe, let's keep moving because we're way long on this episode. Let's go facts entirely with what you got for us.
All right, facts entirely. We got a great one for you this week, Nick. You're gonna love it, and our viewers as well.
Woo!
First, we looked up the first team to build and play all their home games in a dome arena. 1968, the Houston Oilers did. First team in the National Football League to play all of their home games in a domed arena. And guess what? They did an astonishing 7-7 that season, missing the playoffs.
No shit. Wait, who was it? You didn't even say who it was.
I said it, the Houston Oilers.
Oh, did you?
Jesus.
I don't know. I've been drinking.
So,
1968 Houston Oilers, huh? In a dome.
It's almost like, do you like playing in a dome or getting dome? I don't know. I mean, clearly domes don't have much influence on games when it comes to home field advantages.
You're damn right. I hate domes. I can't stand them. If
I know. You football, all the elements coming in, from outside, inside, whatever you want to get them from,
Yeah, and that's exactly what you do. When you're a kid, you go out and you play where you live, okay? Anyone else that says otherwise is just a prissy little tutu.
There's someone that lives in a dome, Nick. That's what they are.
Maybe they do, and that's half of America nowadays, unfortunately. If you want to play football in a dome because you want controlled weather, then that means that you cannot adapt. And if you can't adapt, that means you're not going to be the best football team. That's what it comes down, in my opinion. I hate.
Although sometimes when you're playing in Miami in 105-degree humidity weather, that's hard to adapt.
yeah, but you have to. That's the point. It's like, how big of a team are you? You know what I mean? And when you go to Green Bay and you play in the winter and it's snowing on you, are you just gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't play because of the dome? That means you're weak. That means you're weak.
A lot of these college football teams, they don't play in domes. It's all outdoors. But their season usually ends in like November, though.
It don't. That's regardless, right? Irregardless. I don't know. Irrelevant. Thank you. As a kid, do you go, oh no, I scraped my knee, I'm gonna stop playing? No, you always keep playing, right? That's what it is.
Oh, there is one undomed game that you and I will be a part of, and that's Monday, December 19th.
Monday, December 19th.
We're hoping for a high of 12 degrees as a high, and we're looking at a negative 17 wind chill, hopefully.
You know what? If we can get our viewers up, guys, subscribe, like, comment. Let's get.
We're gonna raffle off a free ticket.
Yeah. No.
Oh no. Oh, we're not there yet. Oh, we're not there yet.
No, we're not even close. But we can broadcast from there. They'd probably let us broadcast from there. That'd be sick. So let's go. You guys like, follow, subscribe.
No, I mean, share. The compromise is we broadcast from the hotel lobby. So.
No, we're probably just gonna compromise by.
Or the tailgate. We're gonna figure something out. It's gonna be a great time for sure.
It will be. But if you like, subscribe, follow. Opinions mostly. We love you guys. I got one more thing for you guys. So
Nick,
I don't know.
Let's get those parlays in, man.
Let's go.
What are you betting on this week, bitch?
Well, in case you guys didn't know, last week, Opinions Mostly, we uploaded a little podcast, obviously, and it hit. We hit our bet right there. It was, let me read to you. Hold on, let me find it. We hit on a $50 bet. We hit a 4-leg parlay. Los Angeles Chargers covering 5.5. Derrick Henry to score a touchdown. Green Bay Packers to win. Kansas City Chiefs to win. We won $371.
Well, hold on, Nick. Whoa. Back it up real quick. So you're saying if any of our followers were to copy and paste our bet, they would have won the same amount of money that we did?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Joe.
And you're saying we were perfect on the parlay.
On that parlay we were, but betting is betting. Do not put that much pressure on me because I can barely take the pressure from my wife, and she's right behind me. Anyways, follow us, like us, love us. I love you. This 4-game parlay that we got right here. Here's what I'm betting. Here's what I got full confidence in. Pittsburgh Steelers plus 14 points. 14 points. Okay, they're playing the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills aren't going to beat them by 14 points.
They are not covering 14 for sure. Yeah.
Hell no.
Covering 14.
You start the game 14-0. If you cannot cover that, then.
And I think I saw Kenny Pickens isn't playing this week, so you got a veteran quarterback in Mitchell Trubisky playing.
There you go. So let's go. You got Stephon Diggs. I got Stephon Diggs. Anytime touchdown score, he's going to cover that. Green Bay Packers to win on the money line. I think the spread is like 10.5. I did not take the spread because I think it's going to be close because
who's they playing again?
The Giants in London.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's a foreign game. So
yeah, that's right.
Just take them straight across. They will beat the
straight
Giants.
Up. Yeah, just straight up. Yeah.
It'll be probably close because of like
it's a neutral field. The Giants have a lot of momentum going, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then I also picked for my fourth leg of the parlay, Seattle Seahawks plus 5.5. I think Mr. Gino is going to put on a show like he always does. And who's he playing against? Jameis Winston? Yeah, exactly. Enough said. I don't believe in Jameis. And you get 5.5 points.
Hold on. Earlier in the podcast, you picked the Saints to win, but you're picking the Seahawks to cover.
Look, what I'm saying is
5-point spread. You're picking them to cover 5.
5.5. This is going to be a close game. This is going to be a close game, Joe. Are you lying to me?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, it's a 4-leg parlay. If you guys want to go with Joe, go with Joe. But I think Seattle plus 5.5 is going to cover. And you know why I think that? Because Pete fucking Carroll.
Nick is completely right on his first 4. The difference is the Saints don't have that number 1 wide receiver, like I said, with Michael Thomas, where he's going to get tunnel vision. And Gerald Everett's going to be lost. Gino Smith is going to be completely lost on the road in the Saints Dome.
Bullshit. There is no.
Again, the Dome wins games.
You just said Michael Thomas isn't even there.
Yeah, no, he's going to be forced to spread the ball. He's not going to get tunnel vision where he forces it to Michael Thomas in 3-man coverage, and
he's going to throw to nobody because he's going to just be chucking balls downtown. It's not going to happen.
Well, actually, he's not going to be throwing to nobody. Here's who he's going to be throwing it to. I got him on my fantasy.
Taysom Hill.
Oh, yeah. Bitch, he might.
No. That's my 4-leg parlay. Pittsburgh Steelers 14 plus 14. That's a good one.
Crystal Love. That's good.
No. Yeah. Who's that? Is that the lady that sells crystals to my mom? Yeah, she's a hippie too. Pittsburgh Steelers plus 14. Stephon Diggs to score touchdown. Green Bay Packers to win. Seattle Seahawks plus 5.5. That's all there is to it.
I disagree with this last leg, but the first 3 are good, guys. Go for it. At least win 75% of that money, baby.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, all those other bullshits. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. I know this one was a long one and kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of rough.
We had a lot more time. We had a lot more time today instead of being on the Sunday morning crunch, you know?
Yeah, it was that and the drinking and all this other shit.
I mean, speak for yourself. I mean, I was spitting out facts only.
Oh yeah, you want to see me chug this beer?
Oh, let's see it. Go.
If you talk, they can't see it because you made the thing.
I mean, you should make some gulping sounds. I don't know.
All right. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please submit your comments. Show your friends. Happy Halloween.
We will see you guys Sunday morning because I know that's when you're going to be watching us, baby.